Hello people, welcome to Woman on Independent Television. I am Blessing AJ. I guess you're expecting to see Adesuwa Usawage. Okay, both of us do the woman thing on radio. So, Adesuwa Usawage can be here. Blessing AJ can be here as well. Now today I'm not here alone. I have women with me because it's called Woman to Woman, and we'll be talking about something that concerns Nigerian women. We're looking at it in every area, what the Nigerian woman is interested in, and what area of influence interest creates for her, and then the control, the power it gives her. So I'm here with Mrs. Asigidi. She is someone who is in the nursing profession, and she's a mother, she's a wife, she is a complete woman. All right. And I also have Confidence Ojuh, who is a student, a humanitarian, and she likes to refer to herself as a girl, so that you don't say she's a woman already, but someday she will be a woman. So Confidence, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, I also have a journalist in the house here talking about Mrs. I.J. Ume, smiling.
You, Blessing.
And I have a banker also, Brenda.
Thank you.
Brenda, I think we need to give you a double mic so that we can hear you very well. All right, Brenda is a banker, so we might be counting money here on the show. I hope you don't mind at all. All right, quickly to our discussion today, Nigerian women. Yes, many times we hear campaigns where Nigerian women complain that, oh, we're not given the chance to lead. We're not given the opportunity. We need equality, gender equality, and all of that. But let's look at how we can create this, how we can get this by what we're looking at, what we're interested in. Are we getting it wrong in some area? So these women represent 3 different generations. Now, Mrs. Asigidi and Mrs. Ume, they represent the old generation women. I'm not saying they're old, but they're young. They've been there before Brenda and I, and Confidence. So we can refer to them as the women who've been there before us. So Brenda represents today's woman, the woman who's just coming up. All right, and then Confidence represents the woman of tomorrow. The girl of today is going to be the woman tomorrow. So let's look at what the old generation woman has been interested in, and then how that interest has been able to create for her an area of influence. How wide is that area of influence? I'll begin with you, Mrs. Asigidi.
Thank you very much. The women of our own generation, or the old, that is the one before my own generation, their interest has not really been what we now are interested in, because they were not given the opportunity or the empowerment. Then they were denied their education. The belief then by our parents of old was that you don't spend money on a girl child, you make money on a girl child. That is the female who will become a woman today. And then the father of the woman will collect bride price. That's the money part. Just wait for the child to grow up a bit, attain puberty, and start looking for suitor to get a bride price from the girl child. While that same money will be used to train the boy child or the man child. And at the end of the day, the girl is left just like that, under the control, influence, direction of the would-be husband or the husband. And it's just there. So they say women's education ends in the kitchen. But in our own time, we are happy and we are fulfilled that our own did not end in the kitchen. We are balancing it.
Okay.
So both in the kitchen, in the office, in the society at large, everywhere, we are being educated. So we have a balanced education. So come to look at the woman. The woman is the one that takes the responsibility. She is the one that takes care of the man, or builds the man, builds the home, builds the tomorrow woman, builds the tomorrow man. And this responsibility is imbibed in the woman. It's something that I would call it an innate thing.
Okay.
We just see ourselves, because even the young girl or the girl with us here, she would have found herself in one way or the other carrying out this role indirectly.
Yes.
And later she will now realize, I'm the one taking care of my younger ones, or assisting here, assisting them. So we acquire and we got educated, and along the line we had the opportunity to feel belong and to fit into the society that we find ourselves. So as we are progressing with all the social values around, we are also imbibing them, because while you are acquiring this education, you are also having opportunity to influence, because even in the class of boys and girls, you find yourself attaining the position of being the class leader.
Okay. As
a woman.
So already where you are, your influence is spreading.
Yes, influence is spreading. You become the class leader. You may rise up to even become the student union leader. I remember, was it 2-3 years ago, SUG president of Uniben was a female. She was a female, and the other time they had a male, the vice president was a female. So those are the ways you can make impact and be influential, to be able to be a part of those who are taking decisions as pertaining to the class of persons you find yourself as a woman.
Things majorly that I have found, or I got to know that women of your generation are usually interested in, is first of all the home. They are interested in becoming good wives, because my mother used to tell me that as a child, when our mother is in the kitchen, she will tell her, come and be with me, because you will get married, you need to know how to take care of your children, how to cook and all of that. And then they were sent to school. But there wasn't so much emphasis at the time on education, maybe because the awareness wasn't really there. So apart from going to school for some, and then be interested in becoming a housewife, or can take good care of our husband and their children, what else were women of your time interested in?
When you say women of our time,
yes, women of your generation,
yes,
what else were you interested in?
We are still women of this time.
Yes, you're in between right now. You're in between.
Yes.
You represent the women of before. Yes. You're still today's woman. But Brenda is more of the one who's coming in. And then Confidence is the woman of tomorrow.
Yes,
okay.
Thank you very much.
So what have you been interested in?
Women have become more aware that beyond the kitchen, beyond the other room, there are things that they can offer society which you can't do without.
Okay.
So, and with that reality in mind, women are now pursuing education.
Okay.
Because at the time it was so disheartening to hear that 6 out of 10 women are illiterates. It was also at the time very disheartening too to hear that poverty wears a woman's face.
Really?
You know, so, and then women are becoming aware that you can actually get educated beyond that era, when out of 4 children, if there is only 1 male, that male will be chosen to go to school, you know, and that preferential treatment and discrimination affected the growth of women in that era. But so far, women are now aware of their rights. They are now aware of their innate potentials, like Mrs. Asigidi said,
okay.
And they know that there are things you can actualize for yourself, for your family, and for the society at large.
So the interest is getting broader.
Yes, it's getting broader. It's getting broader by the day, and with that knowledge, you know, at the back of their mind, women are pursuing goals.
Okay.
Beyond the sustainable development goals, women have also set targets for themselves. You know, they are looking at access to credit and finance for their small businesses. They are looking at education for themselves and for their own girl children and the boy child. They are looking at training both the boy child and the male child at par, you know, so that they could be able to meet the responsibilities of their own time, compared to when it was discriminatory practices all over the place.
Okay.
But the society, like I said, everything about the society is socially stratified. That for a woman to be able to actualize her potentials, she looks at the environment. What has the environment got to offer to her? What has the society got to give back? Because you can't give what you don't have.
So the society, to an extent, determines the interest of the woman and the influence the woman holds.
Yes.
All right, now let's talk to Brenda. Brenda, the woman of today, your generation, what do you think they are interested in? Okay. Apart from going to school, that seems to be the trend now. Every girl wants to go to school right from when she's in her final year in secondary school. She's applying to write JAM so she can get into a tertiary institution. And for some, it seems like that's just the ultimate. Beyond that, they don't seem to think above that. So what are they really interested in?
Thank you. First of all, I would like to say, who is a woman? A woman is a female adult that is able to take full responsibility of her life. Now, coming to today's women, I would say today's women, we are really interested in pursuing a career.
Okay, so today's woman mainly is career-driven.
Yes, pursuing a career. We want to be famous. Okay, we want to be known. We want to have the sense of belonging. These things, they are very good. But I think as a result of doing all this, we are drifting from our core responsibility. Which is? Inculcating values and morals in the upcoming generation.
Okay.
Most of these women, today's women, because of the fact that they not pursue their careers, they are after money, they want to be famous, they don't have time for the upcoming generation anymore.
Okay.
Some of them, they've not been able to balance it. And so this has really affected the nation. Now we are talking about, influencing the nation. How will you be able to influence the nation when you've not been able to influence your own family, which is the smallest unit of a nation? You've not been able to influence it positively, and you want to influence the nation. Now look at what is this different kind of vices that is going on today in this country, Nigeria. I think it's as a result of the fact that women they've drifted from their core responsibility. We no longer know how to inculcate values. We don't care. We want to make this money. We want to pursue a career to the peak. We want to have, we want to be popular. We want to be famous. We don't care about the negative impact it will have in the upcoming generation.
Okay, that is on our family,
yes.
On children.
Yes, on the children. Because your children, they are your future. We are talking about having a better society and a better generation. Who are this generation and this society? They are your children. Because a woman today will become a mother tomorrow.
Of course.
They are your children. So if your children do not have the right values,
okay,
what do they have? They cannot. The society will be in a state of jeopardy, in a state of chaos. You understand? Because I think today's woman, we should find it is good to pursue a career. It is good to be famous. It is good for us to have money, but we should try and balance it. We should not drift away from our core responsibility. As a woman, you are a builder. You are an helper also. If you are not able to build your family, which is the smallest unit of a nation, how will you be able to build a nation? If you are not able to help the upcoming generation in terms of values, how are you going to contribute your own quota to the building of a nation? I think today's women should at least look for a balance.
Okay.
They should look for a balance, a way of how they will balance their career and the family. The family is what comprises a nation. When you see a great family today, when we have a great family, we're having a great nation.
Okay. All right, so confidence. Brenda has just said that today's women seem to be career-driven to the extent that she has neglected the family. How has that impacted on your generation, which is coming right after Brenda's? And it's going to be the woman of tomorrow, I must add.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
My generation is coming up. We have not written history yet. We are writing our history right from the day we are born. I know that a lot of things have gone wrong, a lot of things are going wrong, and a lot of things may go wrong soon. Because now we're having different things that have never been in the world before. Lesbianism, girls doing different things that girls never did before. So, yes, women have also gone to outside to do things. We are now having careers and everything.
Okay.
I have a mother. She works. I have a dad. He works too. So also I would say my mom does her part of the correcting and do this, don't do this. But my dad also does something. My mom will say one thing 5 times. We'll still be struggling to hear it. But my dad will say it once and it is done. Okay. So I feel that the man also has his role to play.
To support the woman.
Because if we know that she's not, she's going to work and she may not be there all the time. And he doesn't want the things to go wrong too because he also has a place. She'll be able to say, okay, just stop this too. So that the thing can blend. But also she's right. A woman should not totally say, I'm busy and so
Forget about family life. But what do you really think constitutes distractions for the girl today that may affect her tomorrow when she becomes a woman and reduce a circle of influence? What do you think are those things that constitute distraction for the girl today?
Well, I feel we don't really have priorities, and so we are distracted.
Okay.
Most of us don't really know that this is what I should be doing in my time, this is what I should go for in life before thinking of other things. I'm interested in the way I look. I care about my figure more than my resume.
Okay, and so misplacement of priority.
Yes, misplacement of priorities are there. And I feel that we are distracted by the society. We are trying to always happen in society. And most times we feel that, okay, I want to go for my career. I want to do this well. But we have a place in society. And it's not just about getting what the career is going to give to me, the money, the fame and everything, but what do I actually mean to somebody? Okay. What do I mean to society?
What can you give back to society?
What can I give back to society? I feel that most of us, we just really care about, okay, fame, dressing up.
We're selfish.
Yes, sometimes we could be selfish at times. So I feel that the woman of tomorrow,
okay,
we should start thinking of what we can do tomorrow. Because I'm going to get to tomorrow and call to next day tomorrow. So I will always, there are ladies who started doing things at the age of 17, 16, 15. So you start thinking of what can I do? And not
to make a change
because
in
women
society.
Before us have already started fighting for us.
Okay.
They already started doing things, but we should not allow their labor to be in vain by being careless and distracted.
Okay. All right. That's a wonderful one coming from you. Now, how do we remedy this situation? We've come to understand now that the women of old, they were not as privileged as Mrs. Ume and Mrs. Askidi's generation. And then, but from their time, they were able to fight to get education. Now they're educated, they are concentrating on career and family life. But there seems to be a disconnect somehow. A distraction came along the way. And then the woman that came after them, today's woman, seemed to just focus only on career and neglect family life. And then it's affecting the girl today who will become the woman tomorrow because she doesn't have priority. Things are done randomly, what she feels like doing at the time. So how do we remedy this so that we get our interest in the right things, we get influence in areas that can give us control and power to become decision makers? Mrs. Asigidi.
Okay, thank you. If I look around, you find out that just as we have drifted from our social values, and there's moral decadence.
Okay.
Is for us as women to look back and think back. Where have we missed it?
Okay.
Where have we missed it? And if we are able to do that, it will correct and rectify so many things. Many things have gone wrong will be put right. And the upcoming woman will not find it a mistake to continue with.
Okay.
Instead, they will toe the line of the correction and the right. If I may say, looking and reading the book of Proverbs 31 that talks about the virtuous woman. If 5 of us, we are all women, we are women today, tomorrow, if we imbibe those virtues, the woman balanced everything. You look at it, she said, the Bible said she will wake up early in the morning, early when it is still dark, to start preparing food for the household. Not only for the household, even for those, the ones we call house help now. She never neglected anyone. She goes out, she travels miles for business, for trading, exchange of her goods, and gets money and buys things and bring home. She takes care of the children, whether dry season, rainy season, cold season.
She's dedicated.
She's there. So she's committed.
Okay.
And it was a part of her life. So if only the entire women come together and build up a network.
Okay.
Whereby we talk to ourselves, even from the church, from the school where we are working or where we are teaching or where we are getting education, from our business places, any forum, we talk to ourselves. You find that we are going to build up a great front that will be able to stand, and the upcoming generation will not let us down.
Okay.
Because many of us have failed ourselves, and we should come back home.
Okay. Mrs. Sume, why do you think it's hard for women to network and work together? Why is it hard? Even for women to mentor younger women in any given profession. Why is it hard?
Well, I don't think it's hard, but just like I said earlier, everything is socially stratified.
Okay.
The society has foisted a burden on the woman. Many women are widowed by insurgency. They are living in IDP camps with their families and all that. And then the economy is not even anything to write home about. Then those who are earning salaries, nothing takes you home anymore.
Okay.
You spend as you earn. It's like from hand to mouth.
All right.
So, and you know, so everything about how a woman should build a solid family, build a structure, build a network, communicate with other women, and do viable things for the growth of society is socially stratified and limited by the circumstances around her. So, like she quoted Proverb 31 about the virtuous woman. The virtuous woman wakes up early, like she outlined. Then where does she get food in these times?
Okay.
Where does she get money for business? Access to credit,
too many challenges.
The challenges are so many. Banks are charging more than 23% interest on very small loans for women to do small-scale businesses. So the issues are so burdensome. Women are in a dire strait to survive in these times. So it is not an easy bargain for a woman to be a mentor to somebody when you can't even offer something, a kind of mentorship to yourself.
You can't give what you don't have.
Like I said, you can't give what you don't have.
Okay.
If you don't have it, you can't give it. And for you to be able to impart on a younger generation or among your network of friends and associates, you should be able to muzzle out something and say, this is what I have, and this is what I'm giving out.
Okay.
So for that to happen, like I said before, there should be value reorientation. Our leaders should go back to the drawing board and find out where we got it wrong. You know, and a woman has a whole lot of potentials.
Okay.
I can vouch for any woman on that the potentials are in it. And just like a volcano waiting to erupt, women have a lot to give to society. But the society has not placed that social security system that is needed for a woman to be self-reliant, to be able to make others self-reliant too. So that environment should be right. There should be security. Insecurity should be tackled.
So the enabling environment should be created for the woman to thrive.
Yes, enabling environment. The marketplaces where our mothers also trade
should be safe.
Should be conducive and safe. So kidnapping and all that, rape, defilement, these are worries that keep anxieties raging in our minds. So these things should be tackled headlong. The society should be the way it should be. It should be right for everything to be right.
Now, Brenda, you know that ideally we should have a society that takes care of all that Mrs. Sume had mentioned, but sometimes things are not the way they should be. So how can the woman come out of this in spite of all of this and make progress?
Okay, thank you. Like I always say, women are the most influential, being in the human race. We are very influential. We have the ability to build and we have the ability to scatter. And we also have the ability to help also. Like she rightly said, women have a great potential. Then I think a woman should discover herself. She should discover who she really is. Because women really have a lot to give to the society. But let's start from our family, the smallest units. Let's start from there. When we are able to make our family great or to live in accordance the way they ought to do. Because once the foundation is destroyed, there is nothing that the righteous can do.
Wow, we're beginning to sound spiritual here. But basically what you're saying now is that it has to begin from the home.
Yes.
We should get it right first with the home.
Yes. Talking about rapists and all that, it all begins in the home. So if we get it right at home, then we'll get it right with society. Exactly.
So confidence, I'm going to end with you now. For today's girl who's under a lot of pressure because so many things have started going wrong with society. You talked about lesbianism. There's also cultism. Now, how does she get focused in the right things? How does she prioritize to know this is what I should be doing with my time, so that tomorrow doesn't come and it seems like I've wasted my time? You can't do anything beyond being entertainment to men, entertainment in quotes, either in any way, but you don't have something tangible that you have to offer to society. So how can the girl of today maintain focus?
I think it all starts with self-discovery.
Okay.
Knowing that I can do something gives me the strength to want to do it.
All right.
Gives me the strength to want to try it out. And then when I start expressing myself without fear, I would later have to sit down and check myself. How well did I do?
Okay.
So we are still growing, and we should know that every day when I wake up is an opportunity for me to learn more,
okay,
do more, and just know that there's something more than what it has always been.
Okay.
I can do better. I can do something. And we have always been told, right from when I was in kindergarten, they come to school to tell me I'm the leader of tomorrow. Still, we have people who should have been retired up there. So I'm like, we have our place today. We should stop saying that, okay, I want to be a writer tomorrow. I want to be a singer tomorrow. We should start saying that this is who I am.
Okay, and begin to develop that.
Yes, and begin to develop ourselves
okay.
already. We should avoid the distractions and things that may come up and know that we have a large space to fill.
Okay.
And the women who have fought for us before, we have ladies of then. We have, there's this lady, Susan B. Anthony. She started when she was 17.
Okay.
She started taking petitions against anti-slavery and everything.
So it means that no one is too young to begin to change the world.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We don't have much time on the show, but I believe that to a great extent we've been able to talk about the Nigerian women. We've talked about our areas of interest. We've talked about our areas of concern, things that affect us, things that tend to limit the woman. And we've also talked about our area of influence and how it can be better and how we can have more control in terms of decision making. Thank you so much to all the wonderful women who've come to the show today. I must say that it's time we become deliberate about everything as women and stop playing the gender card. Oh, I'm a woman. You're given a responsibility. The first thing you say is, you know, I'm a woman. Seriously. I think it should be about capacity building as a human being first. So confidence mentioned something to me. So when you have the capacity to deliver, people would even forget the gender that you are. I'm Blessing AHA. I've been talking with Mrs. Asikidi. I've been talking with Confidence Ojuh, Mrs. Ume, and also Brenda. I will see you again next week. Until then, have yourself a wonderful day. But I want the women to say bye to you today. So,
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.